Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Motorworks and More podcast. I'm your host Logan and let's get into today's episode. So on today's episode we have a few different topics. It's quite a bit different than my first episode. We're going to be talking about FedEx new plans about a fully automated mail truck. The Chevy Bolt has a lot of battery problems and some just basic and rather broad supply and demand problems. So on our first subject about the FedEx's new plans with the fully automated mail truck, it's supposed to make a round trip of about 500 miles from Dallas, Texas to Houston, Texas, which is kind of cool, honestly, because if you can have fully automated mail trucks, then what's the point of workers? But at the same time, if you have automated mail trucks, then you can't have workers, so therefore people are going to not have jobs. And it's kind of controversial, but I thought it was cool. The mail trucks will have a backup driver for safety reasons, because if you don't have a backup driver and if it starts to fail, then, you know, mass pileups on interstates, that could be bad. Because if you have an automated truck and it starts to swerve everywhere or hits someone or something, then that could be bad juju's. You don't want that. The Chevy Bolt, which is a newer model of a vehicle from Chevy, it's similar to the Mustang Mach-E that Ford released. I'm not much of a Chevy person, I'm more of a Ford person, so I'm not up to date with this, but from what I've heard and seen here lately, that their batteries are catching on fire from being used and overcharged, so they're telling their customers that have bought these cars to not charge them, keep them covered up or inside of a garage and out of direct sunlight until they can get these batteries. And if you have battery recalls that are that major and that didn't get picked up in the production line, if you will, then why would you even go about buying one of these? If you had this major problems, then I don't honestly see the point in owning one of these, considering if the production line and your factories are going to be telling you to not use these or drive them, then why would you buy one? Considering I'm under the impression I think they're around $50,000 to $60,000, so if I'm going to spend $50,000 to $60,000 on a vehicle, I'm going to drive it. And if I'm being told by Chevy that I can't even have it in direct sunlight in my parking lot, I'm not going to go out and spend the money to buy one. So more on just the general supply and demand problems. Majorly, there is a huge microchip shortage, which used for any type of technology, whether it's computer components, automobiles, motorcycles, whatever. I mean, these microchips are just gone. But there was, of course, the main factory that creates these microchips is overseas in China. Well, a few months ago, that factory had burned down, which is not good. Because if you have a factory that burns down and is the only place that makes these microchips, conveniently, you're going to have a shortage. And I mean, no matter how the news puts it, I mean, typically whenever there's a supposed shortage, it's because the media had said that, hey, there's going to be a shortage, so people buy them all. But in this instance, I mean, there's only one place that makes them, and if that place burns down, then you're not going to have a whole lot to do with the rest of things. I mean, a lot of it has to do with customer demand, because people are getting all these stimulus checks, and if you have a lot of money sitting around, I mean, let's go buy a new car, right? But if you keep buying new cars, therefore there won't be as many microchips, therefore there won't be as many new cars. So it's been getting a lot better, because we've been getting some more of these microchips in, because most of them were just sitting on the bays, and shipping containers are stuck on shipping boats, on and on. And we're starting to get more released, but I know for there a couple months it was bad. A lot of your local car lots had like nothing for new cars, and they were really hurting for sales. So I mean, if you have general customer demand that is bad. I mean, you're not going to have anything that you really need. But I think that'll do it for this podcast. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. And I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.